So it just astounds me that for 10 years I've been saying diligently, watch for Prince Hassan bin Talal of Jordan, the future Antichrist, to play this role that Revelation lays out, that he's going to be the Antichrist, and is working with Pope Francis. And I've been saying this for so long, and here you see them in this picture, how they're together. This make no doubt, I have no doubt, and you should not either, that this is it, folks, the future false prophet and the future Antichrist. This is who they are, the king who will be the king of Iron Kingdom, and the king who will be the king of the Clay Kingdom together. This is what he calls, Prince Hassan calls, intra-independent agreement. This is what he's talking about. Everything he wants correlates to the book of Revelation, Daniel prophecy, Isaiah's prophecy, you name it. Now, when we go back to the article, again, it's just astounding to see how he is just directly referring to scripture. He says, we need a coalition supporting human solidarity. The coalition, again, is the 10 King prophecy. The coalition supporting human solidarity, and that's one of his coin phrases, human solidarity, human dignity. These are his coin phrases he uses over and over again. And to achieve equality and justice. Then he goes on to say the need for both a political solution and framework agreement. That agreement is already in place. You have to remember that Israel already has a peace treaty with Jordan, and the scriptures, the prophecy in Daniel 9 talks about how he will affirm a covenant for a week. It means there was one already in place. So to affirm something that's already in place, which he will affirm again, which is the scriptures talking about here. So he's going to affirm what's already in place with Israel and Jordan, because he's part of the Hashemite kingdom of Jordan. He's the 42nd descendant of the Prophet Muhammad, part of the Jordanian royal family. Now, what's so astounding about this too is that you see this agreement that he wants, that he's talking about, which will solve the peace issue, which solves the conflict, and the peace will bring peace to the Middle East. He wants to bring forth, but he knows he can't do it by himself, which will raise up the need of this coalition per the book of Revelation 17, which is the 10 kings. And this is what I mean. Let's recap again. I want to make sure that I show you exactly what we're talking about here so that I do not lose you. So just to recap again, how this all ties in to Prince Hassan bin Talal and Pope Francis together. See, Pope Francis fulfilled the prophecy of Revelation 17:11. He's the one who's the beast of the sea. He's going to be the false prophet. He's the 8th king. Now, after Pope Francis was elected, President Perez of Israel came with this idea to Pope Francis that he should start a UN-style United Religions, which will be led by Pope Francis. And this is already in his mind. So with the 10 kings of Europe, the 10 monarchs of Europe, once the 10th king comes, which is a new king in Denmark, because there's 9 monarchs who are men now in Europe. Once Queen Margaret is replaced by a king, there will be 10 male monarchs in Europe, which will then give their power to who? Pope Francis, fulfilling the prophecy of the 10 kings, which will fulfill Revelation 17:12. Once that happens, then they will give their power and authority to him. And then he'll be the most powerful man on the planet, in which the scripture goes, who can make war against him? Because he has the power of 10 military nations. But then he will give that power to Prince Hassan bin Talal of Jordan. And when he gets the crown, when he's coronated, which is the first seal, where he goes conquering and to conquer, it says in the first seal, a crown is given to him. That's a coronation for a monarch. When the crown is given to him, Prince Hassan bin Talal is crowned king, and then he'll work with Pope Francis to go conquering and to conquer, with the coalition that Prince Hassan is talking about. So when we see in this context about the 10 kings, and then we look to what Prince Hassan is saying in terms of the coalition he's talking about here, when he's saying we need a political, when he's talking about, we need a coalition supporting human dignity, this solidarity for human dignity, that one of his coin phrases that he said for the longest time that I've known, and following him for 10 years, this is what, when you correlate it to scripture, this is what he's talking about. What Prince Hassan bin Talal wants and advocates for is nothing more than what the scriptures talks about, or saying what he's going to do. And what Prince Hassan and Pope Francis will do together is what Book of Revelation says the false prophet and Antichrist will do together. And this is what you find: the prince of the beast of the sea, the beast of the earth, the iron of Daniel's feet, the clay of Daniel's feet, with the 10 toes, aka 10 horns. So I hope this brings clarity to you now, and you can see that this is unfolding right before our eyes. I've never been more confident in anything in my life than knowing that this is the guy who will fulfill the scriptures of the future false prophet and Pope Francis fulfilling the future Antichrist. Wait a minute, I said it backwards. Pope Francis fulfilling the scriptures prophecy regarding the future Antichrist. No, I said it backwards again. Prince Hassan bin Talal of Jordan fulfilling the prophecy of the Antichrist, and Pope Francis fulfilling the prophecies of the future false prophet, working together as the iron, the clay, the beast of the sea, the beast of the earth. This is what we see them working together, the horse and the rider. And it's happening right before our eyes. Really exciting time.